And then came that if-only moment, which defines the Scottish game. A split second which turns history. An instant which a certain generation play over and over again in their minds, saying, if only.
I remember it because I was involved in it, because I had a header, it came down, but I know the ball hit Billy.
To be honest, he didn't have time to react.
Oh, Billy Bremner!
It was a chance, but it wasn't a bad miss or anything like that.
Watch it again!
It was a half chance, and it happened all the time.
There's not much he really could do about that.
No, we played well. We could have won, probably should have won.
But we hadn't, so it was going to be all down to the last game.
It was a time to party, and goodness only knows the Scots are good at that. The toast was the team, the moment, and a place in the quarter-finals.
It was really the start of the Tartan Army. A huge amount of Scottish supporters went over to see the games.
You couldn't get anywhere at any of the grounds, but it was absolutely surrounded. And half of them had no tickets. They were just there to be there.
Well, the support for Scotland in Frankfurt today is quite fantastic.
That also gives you great encouragement to go forward.
The supporters were intoxicated with more than just the German beer. They had already decided that World Cup finals were their natural habitat, and even rival supporters and the German security services, understandably still edgy just 2 years after the terrorist attack at the Munich Olympics, agreed. Incredibly, only reporters from the BBC in London feared reprisals from the Scots.
Trouble could come from the Arabs, from the German Baader-Meinhof anarchists, and from the invading horde of Scots fans.
In truth, the only underground movement this lot knew about was the one that stopped at Partick and Govan. Perhaps they were worried the fans would inflict a sing-song on them. But there were genuine security fears, particularly after rumours of an IRA threat reached the team hotel just days before the crucial match against Yugoslavia.
Wherever we went in the building, we had to have police with us, and they all had guns. Even when we went to training, if we went to the matches, there was a helicopter with them sitting out the side of the helicopter with rifles.
Actually, the last game when we went to play Yugoslavia, there was a threat against the Scottish side, and it was quite nerve-wracking.
For us, it was a kind of a new experience, if you like, a bit of laugh as well.
And well, that was Jimmy, because he was frightened to death then, because he said there could be snipers, there could be somebody. And he used to walk out with his Celtic bag. I play for Celtic. As if that was going to save him as well.
A win against Yugoslavia would guarantee the team a place in the quarter-finals. For those who could survive on a diet of ifs, buts and maybes, a draw might be good enough if Brazil didn't pummel Zaire under excuse for a goalie. It was a hot afternoon, the 22nd day of June. The confidence was as thick in the air as the humidity.
We'd beat them. We no doubt would beat them. We really thought that, we would qualify, we'd beat them and would qualify and go on to the later stages.
We knew we've got to go out and go at these and take the game to them and win it, and we did that.
I had a great chance in about the first 20 minutes, and it came to my right foot, not my strongest.
It's hit Jordan!
I did know that I'd slipped up.
The goalkeeper was quick. Jordan shows there how close it was.
Scotland charged from the start, but then, in an instant, all seemed lost.
Awkward, yes! Barassi the scorer.
We went 1-0 down, which was heartbreak.
It was uphill for them because, again, they were physical, well organised, hard to break down.
Scotland almost certainly go out.
It was a mountain to climb.
For the Scots, the last order's bell had rung, and they were getting ready for the journey home. But could they squeeze in just one more for the road?
As we approach the final minute, Hay, Bremner, Morgan, Jordan, Lorimer, Hutchinson, number 18. Good play. Lorimer, Jordan, 1-8.
The game wasn't over.
We were well on top at the time, and we just threw everything at them.
Suddenly, it seemed to the players that Jordan's goal had changed everything. On the pitch, the last they had heard, Brazil had only been beating Zaire 2-0. If that scoreline was right, Scotland were through. They'd scored more goals than the Brazilians and would be in the quarter-finals of the World Cup.
Well, at first we thought somebody was just joking, they've only scored 2. We thought they were taking the mickey, but it wasn't.
We were on the pitch, we didn't know what was happening. And we just wanted to get the winner.
But in truth, the party was over. The celebrating players didn't realise that Brazil had already scored their third and crucial goal, courtesy of another mistake by that Zaire keeper. Damn his lack of talent. My wee sister could have saved that!
The keeper let in some crazy goal, didn't he? I'm sure they paid him. It was just really heartbreaking.
Brazil have won 3-0. Scotland must get a goal, and they're playing injury time.
Until the final whistle, we still believed, obviously, that we were going to get the winner and go through.
And it's gone. Scotland go out of the World Cup.
It didn't happen, and sadness overcame the team.
Dead. Just empty.
Tears with the lads. It was very sad, and the dressing room was silent, as you would expect.
I know it sounds stupid because it's far more important things in the world than a game of football, but how do you make it go away?
The thing is, if they could get a bus out of that dressing room to take them directly to Glasgow, I think everybody would have settled for that.
Lads like Billy, and I think they knew that was their last chance.
I think those players knew, for them, that was it, that was the end.
We felt we'd let the supporters down because we should have done better. After the match, and then we went back to the hotel again and finished off the rest of the wine that they had there, whatever there was left in the hotel, and drowned our sorrows, as you would.
We just got smashed. That was it.
It was the curse of being Scottish. Unbeaten and unbowed. The first team in World Cup history to be knocked out without losing a match. Glorious failure? Scotland invented it. But this was a special kind of failure, and a nation embraced it. The Scotland team returned home, and a whole country gave them a big cuddle of consolation.
When we came back, I just couldn't believe the crowds that were at the airport. You'd have thought we'd have won the World Cup. It was tremendous.
Unfortunately, it would have been fantastic if we'd have gone further, but the fact that the people turned up in their numbers was their way of saying thank you, and it was, I must say, from my point of view, very much appreciated.
It was just incredible, unbelievable. People was at the airport, thronging the streets. All right, we've came back unbeaten, but we've won nothing.
Back in West Germany, believe it or not, they saw fit to carry on the competition without us. And a few serious football nations breathed a wee sigh of relief.
The other favourites, Holland, West Germany, Brazil themselves, mightily relieved when Scotland were eliminated.
No one else did what Scotland did that year. Even the cup-winning West Germans lost a game. The team had come so close, broke up quickly after the tournament. Denis Law, David Hay and Willie Morgan never again pulled on the dark blue jersey. Many of that team would play for Scotland again, but never at the World Cup. With Captain Billy Bremner's Scotland career coming to an inglorious end in 1975 after an incident in a Copenhagen bar. Gordon McQueen would gain many more caps for Scotland, but despite being in 2 World Cup squads, never played in the World Cup finals. Sandy Jardine, Martin Buchan and Danny McGrain would play in another World Cup, while Kenny Dalglish and Joe Jordan would play in another 2 finals. Jordan remains the only Scottish player to have scored at 3 World Cups. Willie Ormond left the Scotland job in 1977 and died in 1984. The team of 74 triggered a run which saw Scotland perform at 5 consecutive World Cup finals. But somehow, it was never quite the same again.
How far would Scotland have gone? Who knows? If we had a wee bit of luck and had maybe played the Zaire game, not first but last, then I would say that Scotland were the best team in that group.
The fact that Scotland played them first, you didn't really know how many goals Brazil was going to score against them, or Yugoslavia for that matter.
The belief in the squad and the quality in the squad was good enough to win a World Cup. Now, whether we would have gone on and done it, you can never say.
It was one of the great times, certainly in my life. Everything surrounding it, it was great. Apart from getting eliminated without losing, that wasn't good.
To have been a part of that squad, it's just absolutely fantastic. Great memories and something that we'll all take to our graves with us.
It was one hell of a good team. Very proud to have been involved. Just proud.
The Hearts team of 20 years ago are remembered next Friday at 11:05 here on BBC One Scotland.